So what we've done, and I'm going to show you this at the tail end of the video, but what we've done is simplified the documentation process. We simplified it, we streamlined it, we made it 100% online. We made it so there's really no paperwork involved. All right. Now, if you were going to apply, in this case, SBA, yes, I picked SBA because there's a ton of paperwork required. All right. So with one application, with one set of documents, we can put you in front of thousands of lenders, and they will bid on your loan request. Through that competition, the goal is to drive down the cost of the loan, in order to make sure that you keep as much of your money in your pocket as possible. Okay, so documents. Uh, Residential 1003, a uniform residential mortgage loan application, also known as the 1003. Although this is not for a residential mortgage loans, a lot of banks like to go with a 1003 just because it has like everything. You have name, address, phone number, where you work, how much you make, how much you have at the bank, how much all the real estate that you own. So as far as the personal side of your life, it's going to be a 1003, or it's going to be something that pretty much has all the fields that a 1003 does. This is probably, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 pages, a lot of verifications and declarations that you have to make. Now, for an SBA loan, you are going to be required to have a resume. Okay, so if you have one, you might have one. If not, you have to put one together. No matter who you work with, you're going to need an authorization for credit. In order to verify your income, 4506T for the business, and for yourself, which authorizes the lender to get copies of your tax returns. And of course, that might not be needed right up front, but once we get into the more advanced stages of the loan, it's something that's going to be required. Personal financial. Now, this is an SBA specific personal financial statement. So there's a personal financial statement that's on the 1003. Then there's another personal financial statement that's like 7 or 8 pages, and it just gets into everything. And it asks you it asks you if you've ever worked for the government in like 20 different ways. Then there's a certification to the look. I don't want this to go on forever. There's like 50 freaking pieces of paper. It's just like, look, there's just documents upon documents upon documents. And that's just for one loan request. Okay, for one loan request. If you want to do the smart thing and get a few different quotes, get 3 or 4 or 5 quotes, you're going to have to go through like 200 pages worth of applications. And I just think that the great majority of business owners and corporation executives have better things to do. Okay, so the Growth Capital Company, this is the better way. So once you fill out the pre-qualification, because this is this back end area, which is still being worked on, but this back end area is going to look different depending on the kind of loan that you are seeking. So if you're looking for commercial real estate, it's gonna have some of the stuff is the same, but then it's gonna ask, like, for example, information about the property. In this case, I put that I was seeking a business loan. So if I were to go through here and fill all this stuff out with this one application, I would be able to find out the SBA loans that I qualify for, any equipment financing, and of course, depending on what the need of the loan is. And instead of, all those pieces of paper that you have to fill out, you just go through here, and it seems like there's a lot of them, but this is essentially a residential. This is a 1003 broken down into sections. Okay. And once you complete it, everything is saved. You can log out. You can come back to it. You can have your assistant log in and do it for you, or if you have an accountant or whoever. But you just click and you just answer. Boom. My name is Andres. My last name is Garcia. Yes, I am a U.S. citizen. I am not married. I am single as can be. Yeah, none of this information. Like, I'm gonna need it, but if you're not comfortable, if you're early in the process, you're not comfortable giving me your social security number, date of birth. That's fine. You don't have to. We can get the conversation started or whatever. My date of birth. Whatever. You can see, you just go through here, you fill out this information, and the big thing is that once you fill this information out one time, it is copied throughout the other places. So in all that paperwork, those 50 sheets of paper that I was rifling, that I was making it rain all over. Do you know how many times they ask for name, address, phone number, city, state, zip, that sort of stuff? I think it's in like 15 different places. And it's once for personal and once for your business. That's 30 times that you have to write name, address, phone number, city, state, zip for your business, 15, and then 15 times for your home. That's probably 20, 25 minutes just on name, address, phone number, city, state, zip. It's redundant. It's a waste of time. This is a better way. Once you have filled out that information in one spot, it's going to populate automatically throughout the rest of the forms, and then at the end you get one PDF. Essentially, you have to go through, you authorize everything, and you submit the rest of the documentation, the rest of the documents that we need, and we will, from there we start getting you your offers. It's friendlier, it's easier, it gives you a very organized checklist of everything that you need to submit, it's of course it's a lot more secure, because you're not when you send something via email. Okay, so you have, let's say you're downloading bank statements. Okay, you download those bank statements. It normally ends up in your downloads folder. You copy it from your downloads folder to your desktop. Now there's a version in your downloads, there's a version on your desktop. You attach it to an email, then you send it to that other person. By the time that person downloads it onto their computer, receives it in the email, downloads it into their computer, and upload it into whatever system they have to upload it to, that file is now stored in like 8 or 9 different locations. Okay, so it's in your downloads folder, in your desktop, in your email sent, then in his email received. Then if he downloads it, it's in his downloads folder. He moves it to the desktop, then it's in his desktop. That's 6 different places right there. Here we're eliminating that risk of, if your email gets hacked, his email gets hacked, his computer gets hacked, or your computer gets hacked, because the file is saved in less places. It's going directly from your desktop to our secure servers. And the storage of all the documents is encrypted, and it can be deleted except where by law we have to store things for a certain amount of time. For residential transactions, we have to keep things on file for 3-5 years. I don't know. The boss is a lawyer, so he knows. Yeah, so except in cases where by law we have to keep things on file, you can delete all of your documents at any time. So it is very secure, very secure. Yes, anyways, wanted to show you my platform. Okay, we're still working on it. This is something that I built. I put a lot of work into. I'm very proud of it. and it's going to make the lending process easier. It's going to be a better experience for you, and it'll allow me to work on a lot more loans because it just makes everything incredibly efficient. All right, guys. So that's it for today. And if you are looking for financing, home loans, commercial real estate, business loans, if you are a residential real estate investor, come see us. Let us know what your financing needs are. We would be happy to help. All right. Thank you very much. Andre Garcia checking out. Have a great one.